You're listening to I-95, Bangor's classic rock station with Jay, Stu, and Corey in the morning. Jay, Stu, and Corey rock.
Hi, this is Chris. I-95, Jay, Stu, and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station at 95.7 FM. It's Fry Gray. It's not, here's a real kick right directly into the roundies. Okay.
You talk about next week's forecast?
Oh, my God. Come on. Really? Another 6 or 8 inches of snow?
When's that? What's the timing of that? Because I heard about that yesterday, and I was like, not even going to look.
It's going to start a little bit on Tuesday night and go all day Wednesday. Yeah, super fun. And, it'll probably leak into Wednesday night a little bit.
Literally, probably.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And of course, that's, my wife booked herself a vacation weeks and weeks, months ago. Mm-hmm. And of course, that's the day she's trying to leave. So it's just come on. Are you serious? I mean, it's 5 days from now. A lot could happen between now and then. It could flex a little. It could, the Euro model may change. We'll see, I guess. But, you know what it really is I'm looking at this weekend's forecast. The weather, whatever. What I'm really getting friggin' tired of is the wind. I'm tired of hearing the wind blow. I'm tired of the power going out, all that. Like everyone else. I know I'm not alone, but it's just,
Aren't you glad you got that generator, though?
Oh, of course. Of course I am. The people that live out where I do, we joke. We call it the Brown-Muta Triangle. Because the last time, the power was out the other day. I think it was one of the days last week where it was blowing. You looked at Versant's website. Literally, we were the only people in Maine of Versant's customers that were without power in our little triangle. You take a screenshot of it. It's a brown triangle on Versant's website. So we, jokingly at us residents, the Brown-Muta Triangle.
You guys need to keep taking screenshots of that and sending them to Versant and be like, how come? Can you get an extra poll? What the crap needs to happen here? This is ridiculous.
It's because the power lines are all on the same, honestly, on both sides of the road. It's not just on one or the other. There's nothing but 80-foot pine trees. You know what I mean? Just hundreds, thousands.
Be a good case to bury those lines, I would imagine.
I've thought about that because part of me sometimes is just can't they just, make a swath back from the road? But it's that's people's property. Those are trees. You don't want to just cut down thousands of trees. But yeah, bury the lines, do something. It's just oh my Lord. But yes, thank God for my generator. Thank God for that.
Could be worse. You could have no generator, and that would suck.
True.
We've got our battle up right now, and you and I were talking about the fact that you thought it was going to be Def Leppard at first. I think it may end up being Kiss because the Kiss folks just woke up, and they were like, hi-ya, let's karate chop this thing. And they have. So right now, Kiss is out in front by just one vote.
But Def Leppard will bite them.
Well, I mean, love did bite, but Kiss is rock and rolling all night and partying every day.
You
so
go
I feel
kiss
like they don't
a
care.
Def Leppard and tell me how that works out for you.
I think I'll pass. Thank you. I'd rather kiss a tube snake boogie.
On that note, children, let's move on to a total different subject.
No, that's not.
All right, let's wrap up the matchup. Regardless, head over to the I-95 Facebook page. Hit us up at 991-9713. When we come back, we'll have the winners. There it is. I-95, Jay, Stu, and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station. Kiss, pulling it off, taking the top spot. I thought it was going to be Def Leppard there for a minute.
It was down to it was literally one and then the other, then one and the other. So,
even Crew made a little showing. I was like, oh, are we going to have one of the?
Even ZZ Top did.
The 2 day, the 2 in a row deal, but nope, not today.
No.
You wanted the best. You got the best. The hottest band in the land. Chaos.
Yep. That's done then.
Say goodbye. Say goodbye. I just got word. A little birdie told me that, there's a Wicked Sweet concert announcement coming down next week. I was just like, oh, look at that. But also, one of the other shows that I know is a pretty hot ticket that we've already given some tickets away to fairly recently. We're going to get another round of those coming up in a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. So that's pretty exciting. There's a lot. We're getting into the boil up, because you know how there's always that glut of announcements at the beginning of the year, and then it kind of goes quiet for a while, and then right before summer, like April, May, it's just like we get announcements left and right.
And I think they've got some dates to fill. So
of course they do. It's it could go all summer. It's tough though, because it's such a, I don't want to say it's a small area, but you throw this many shows at a specific geographical region, it makes people start to pick and choose sometimes which shows they can afford to go to, because,
absolutely, sure. Yeah.
It's like going to the movies. If you want to go to a concert these days, you're looking at spending, including the price of tickets, you're sometimes putting a dent in like $1,000. Mm-hmm. For a night, if you had to get a hotel and you had to do all the stuff, it's like, that's an investment to go see a show, So it's like, woo.
That's why when you win them, it's so much sweeter. Plus, every winners that I've come across at the Main Savings Amphitheater when we've been down there, I've been down there working or whatever, they're always in really cool spots. Like, they're good seats. Yeah. So if you can win your way in, do that.
It's good for you.
It's better than a dent in $1,000 when you're wanting rock, but you don't have the money. So yeah,
it's better than a hole in the head.
Thanks.
Well, that's one of my grandparents used to say that. I don't know which one. Probably my grandfather, but I feel like I've heard my mom say it.
Probably.
She loves those practical Mainisms. Anyway, next hour, we've got more classic rock coming at you. We've got plenty to talk about. We're going to share our lives with you. And that sounds like feelings. I hate those.
We probably share too much. It'll be TMI all morning.
That could be. Stay right here, I-95. I-95, Bangor's classic rock station at 95.7 FM. Jay, Stu, and Corey here. Easter on Sunday. How about that?
God. Crap. Not ready. I just got the taxes taken care of yesterday for the most part. I got to deliver them today. Yeah. That was my big thing. And then I got to figure out where the baskets are.
There you go. So that the Easter Bunny can come to your house and leave stuff in the baskets.
Yeah, usually I put the baskets out and the Easter Bunny fills them.
That's pretty sweet.
That's how it works in my house, so that we're not, inundated with baskets.
I feel like I saw the Easter Bunny creeping around here yesterday.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I don't know what happened. I don't know what that was all about, how we rated that we got a little pre-visit, but that's pretty exciting.
You know what I'm glad about? I'll be very, very honest with you. I'm glad that the Easter Bunny has kind of phased out using the plastic grass.
Oh, sure.
Because that gets everywhere. Everywhere.
It's basically spring tinsel is what it is,
It's exactly what it is. So I'm kind of glad our Easter Bunny has started doing that, kind of phasing that out, which is good.
Stu and I this year are doing separate Easters. She's off with her family. I'm off with my family. I usually help cook. That's just part of the deal. So, I feel obligated. Not obligated. I want to go hang out with my family and stuff like that. But it's like, I'm part of the brigade over here. I can't really bail and head over there. So, yeah, she's off to, they got some big party of theirs. We get our little thing over here, and that'll be great.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whatever. I mean, we don't get caught up in we have to spend this together or that together. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. It just works out.
We have always, in years past, when we've gotten all the cousins together, which has been a lot of fun because now I'm one of four and we all have multiple children and whatnot. I have the most and all the girls, but we usually try and plan some sort of Easter egg hunt sometime in the spring when we can all get together. And we haven't had a chance to do that the last couple of years because of different things. And I'm looking at the weather right now, and there's small streams going through my backyard. And I'm like, well, it's not going to be this weekend. That's for sure. Yep. Nope. And I wonder how all this water, too, is going to affect the canoe race, which is coming up, not too far away from now, too, the 20th of April. So I feel like if you were going to Easter egg hunt it, wear your wellies, your galoshes.
But that'll be the fun part. You can make little boats for the Easter eggs.
Well,
and float
then
them
you can get
around
them
the
stuck.
yard.
Have you ever seen a kid get a wellie stuck in mud? That's my favorite. When they're running at full steam and they hit that one pocket of mud and they come out and their boot doesn't.
Listen, as far as I'm concerned, it's like the Hunger Games, like do your best, kid. But, survival of the fittest.
Wow. All right. So, yeah.
This is why I don't have kids, because I have Hunger Games style activities in the backyard for them.
I feel like that might not go over well with certain pockets of society.
DHHS, that sort of thing.
Yeah. No, we're not going to do that. But, hey, you know what? It's going to be a good weekend. Even though it's going to be a crap weekend weather-wise, it looks like Sunday might be the one day that'll be decent.
Well, there we go.
How cool will that be?
Well, happy Easter from Jay, Stu, and Corey. We'll be back in just a bit. Stay right here. I-95, Bangor's classic rock station. Jay, Stu, and Corey here. What is it? Is it a big AC/DC tribute band?
Oh my God, Dennis!
Is that what
He's got a comment, buddy. I know you're excited. He's been on Countdown. So last time I saw Dennis was at Crazy Train.
Sure.
When they played Sports Arena a few weeks back, right? And everyone thought he was Henry Rollins, and it was his birthday, and he was out there having the time of his life. Well, this might eclipse that, because we all know how much of a huge AC/DC fan Dennis is. And so Dirty Deeds is like an AC/DC tribute band, and they're going to be playing Aura tonight. His son, Dennis's son, goes to school up at University of Maine. What is it? Presque Isle.
There you go.
And he's coming down, probably as we speak, to meet his dad in Portland. And father and son are going to get up to no good and have the best time ever tonight, it sounds like. He's so excited. So I hope they have a rockin' time. He has literally been on Countdown for this concert since I saw him 2 weeks ago, which is cool.
Rocking is important at all times.
Being able to rock with your dad, though, how cool is that? And being able to be a dad and rock with your son, like to share that, I love that.
Yes.
I love that. I think that's awesome. So I hope they're having a good time. We heard from Doug, who I haven't heard from in eons, it seems like. And the video of him doing that backflip into the foam pit, because, Doug runs Springer's.
Yeah, I think we need I think it's about time for a refresh on that.
Our buddy Doug lives down in Ellsworth, runs Springer's Gymnastics, has some of the most witty and ridiculous little vote exchanges back and forth online. So we got to know him a while back, and we were trash talking with him a little bit about doing backflips into the foam pit. And then that guy, who is not a spring chicken, he's not in a walker.
Oh, look at you aging him out right here in front of everybody.
Hey. He's definitely older than I am and can move way better. He is in way better shape than I am. And he sent us a video, I think it was last year or the year before, of him doing a backflip.
I think it was 2 years ago at this point.
It was impressive is what it was. So he just popped on. He was like, hey, I'm still listening. Just really busy. I'm still listening. I'm like, oh, good. Because I was just talking the other day. When we don't hear from our buddies, sometimes
that's why I'm like, he owes us a new foam pit video. Like I was saying the other day, he doesn't have to do the backflip. He can do like I used to do and just vault into it. You go over the thing and then woo, kabloosh. It's
belly
like
flop into the foam pit.
Sure. Maybe he's too tall for that. Like when I was a kid, it was okay. I was, like 6, so I was probably 3 feet tall. If you're a 6 foot tall man, all of a sudden the edge of that foam pit probably gets pretty close. If you just go spread eagle over the vault, you're just like, woo, this is where I get a concussion. Hopefully that's not the case.
Nice. It's nice. I'm glad to hear from Doug. I hope Dennis and Kenan have a fantastic time in Portland tonight. What are you guys doing? You can always let us know what you're getting up to. Hit us up on Facebook or the app and give us your weekend plans. Is the bunny coming to your house?
Yeah. Well,
there was one year that the bunny came, left notes for my kids because they were so terrible, and basically said, your parents are going to eat this candy because you guys are awful.
Oh, that's terrible. Fighting. Mean bunny. Bad bunny.
There's a lot of jelly bean consumption that day.
Oh, boy. That's awful. But as far as the forecast doesn't look bad for Sunday, but we'll let Todd Simcox tell you all about it, all on his own. We'll get a feel for the weather coming right up. I-95, Jay, Stu, and Corey on Bangor's classic rock station, 95.7 FM, Friday morning. Oh, thank God. I could really use a Saturday, which is still kind of a work day, but it's a different kind of work day, and that's okay.
What do you usually do at your house on Saturdays?
I work. I go have my rock classes.
I know you've got the rock kids. Is it all day on Saturday?
Yeah, pretty much. I leave the house at like 8:30. I get home at like 3.
It seems weird to have a rock camp in the morning.
I mean,
I feel like, I don't know, just rock and roll in general seems like one of those things where nobody really gets up early and does anything.
Listen, by the time I start at 10 a.m. with them for this rocker, it's the equivalent of
I know,
noon.
it's like midday for you.
Yeah.
I know.
So, and I take it easy on them. I try to sort of like, the kids I know like to sleep too late and stuff. I put them, in later groups and tried to be mindful of that sort of thing. Because like last year we used to start earlier and kids would just roll in, rubbing their eyes and like just tired. And it's like, oh, all right, we're starting way too early.
Yeah.
I figured that out. And I recognized it right away. I was like, all right, I'm not going to do this to those guys. That's terrible. So, I try to be a good whatever I am. Mentor? I don't know.
A shepherd of the next generation of classic rock and rollers. Well, they're not classic so much yet. Just give it time.
Listen, they know more about classic rock than most adults.
Yeah, I believe that.
Well, we couldn't study it on the internet when we were kids, and half of what's classic rock when we were kids was just called rock. So, it's just like,
we studied it. We studied it like on the CD covers and the tape covers, like the jackets. That's what I mean. I remember buying a cassette and then popping it into the tape player and like listening to it while I read every single thing, and then went back and looked for the stuff I might have missed. Like that's how we did it back in the day. Now we've got documentaries and we've got the internet and we've got
Wikipedia.
Yeah, because everything on Wikipedia is true.
True enough. True enough for the internet, you know what I mean? As far as
that's kind of why I enjoy that the classic rockers that come in and do the tours, like when they actually do tell stories. I like that because it's like, oh, that's interesting. I hadn't heard that yet. Like I get to hear those little bits and pieces, and I think the first round of that's going to be hitting us pretty soon. I mean, what is today? The second or third to last day of March. We got April coming. We got Judas Priest coming.
Although there was that time we talked to Carlos Santana, and I felt like as fun as that was, I felt like by the end of it I was like, what the hell did he just say? Like,
I didn't learn anything so much about that except that he wanted to magically like music
he wanted to music sex everybody.
Yeah, pretty much. I was trying to think of an appropriate way of saying that.
About the time he goes, well, our show is like a cellular transmogrification of your soul. I'm like, okay, bro, like, woo.
I mean, it's Carlos Santana. Were you really expecting anything?
I felt like in the background I could hear like.
It was kind of like I was waiting for Cheech and Chong to show up as his backup singers.
I felt like that's who I was talking to. I felt like somehow he was the embodiment of Cheech and Chong. Together, with a little Timothy Leary thrown in,
Oh, it was good. It was good. So, I don't know. That's you're right. I'm glad that you do what you do, though, because I feel like more kids are having an appreciation for this because of this, and for the good grandparents and parents out there that are helping introduce their kids to classic rock. Because when I do the dances now, and I can tell who your people are, by the way, because they come up and they request the good stuff. I'm glad that people
True. Because let's be real. My grandparents' music sucked. So, kids got it better today than they realize.
Yeah, they do. Yes, they do.
All right, we come back next hour, of course. We get right into a 95-minute classic rock free ride. So, we're going to visit a little longer, but stay here with us on I-95.